this episode, we're going to be reviewing the episode that came out today. I believe it was episode 10 of Sometimes to Be Hero. And I want to start off with what we saw at the end of the episode. So pretty much, it was confirmed to the commander that her own uncle, the high priest, is, you know, her worst name, her worst scenario, pretty much. And that was he was like part of the. It seemed like he's part of the Coexisters. He's at least part of the Coexisters. He might even be part of. Well, he might even. We don't know this yet, but he might even be like demon. Like he might be one of the humans that either had transplanted or injected the demon's plasma to his own human body, that kind of made like a hybrid. I guess the other one was that. So, if you noticed in this episode, we were introduced to Reiner. Like, I think that's the name. And at first glance, like we already knew his type. Like he was very pale, like almost like a vampire. He had red eyes, and he had like this aura of like everything about him was fake, and like even Zylo called him on it, like, oh, you still have that fake smile to you. And yeah, even Torito, when he tried like being friendly to her, like she noticed like something was off with him. And then Zylo kind of mentioned like how his one of the things he did to be punished in his room, which was um, he destroyed a civilian's house, which coincidentally he did that again at the end of the episode. You know, he used his artillery suit. Yeah, but yeah. So we're introduced to his character. Um, I guess not really why yet. He was um I guess the background is that he volunteered to be a hero. Um, so I don't know. I feel like there's something more to it. Like I don't know. Maybe he is just a a psychopath that just wanted to kill demons. That's why he wanted to be a hero. Or something is that he might, you know, be thought of this like as an excuse to go after the coexisters. Because if you went at them as a regular civilian, like I think, like he just thought like it wasn't gonna happen either way, so he just got over with. That's how I see it. That's a theory. And then towards the end of the episode, we get introduced to his armor suit, which I found kind of funny. Not funny, but coincidence because if you guys remember the last episode, we were introduced to this bounty hunter who uses a very similar way of attack. It looks like he has the same kind of suit of armor, but we see he has like stuff on it, like he has that coat. And yeah, and so I found that kind of interesting. Like, why do they have the same suit? One of my theories is that they were probably like before this whole whatever separated them. Maybe like he wanted to pursue the life of bounty hunter while Reiner wanted to be a hero, whatever. So I feel like they parted ways because of that. But I feel like before they were like comrades in, in the army, that's how they got their hands on this suit. But at least that's my theory. We'll see more next episode. But yeah, hopefully like they have a little skirmish. Yeah, they have like a little skirmish. I think that'd be very cool to see because like I said before, they have very similar um, attack patterns. Like they use the same thing, and they use the same thing to like um I'm pretty sure their suit works the same way. So they probably have the same attacks. We saw that shield that he used when he was attacked. So he probably has the whole. So yeah, I'm just saying it kind of be cool to see them clash. Um, but yeah, um, I guess one thing that I kind of found funny was that so we kind of get introduced more to the characteristic, the Renedier, commander of this group, and honestly, he kind of is how he looks. He's very sly, very picky with his words. Like we saw this whole episode, like like we just see him be the biggest con artist, and I just found that very interesting and like it really like fits with his character, like very sly. And honestly, thinking back when he was talking to the commander, when he was like, um, I was sad to your uncle for me, and she kind of crashed out on that. I feel like to him that kind of confirmed things for him. Like, I know he was like joking, like, oh, I just want to, sack to your uncle because, I know your uncle's in town or whatever. But I know that there's probably a deeper meaning we don't hasn't been shared with us yet. But I feel like with what he was charged with and what he said in earlier episodes, like I don't think it would be a surprise for him to be on the tail of, maybe he was right that this high priest is part demon or whatever, and then having her crash out over that kind of confirms him that like, oh shit, maybe I am on definitely the right track. So just so maybe from this he continued until he gets definitive proof that that's the case. But I guess we saw at the end of the episode Kira kind of got confirmation slightly. But I guess we'll see what happens in the next episode. But overall, I think it was a very good episode. Very action packed, very cool. Like Reiner, he's a very perplexing character, and I'd like to see more of him again. But I think I'm going to here. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.